Hey folks, Dale here with Open Road Outfitters. It's not always possible for me to travel on my bike, but with the Rampage lift I can travel with my bike, so I can ride when I'm able. In this video, I'm going to show you what it's like to load a bike using the Rampage. The Rampage motorcycle lift installs in truck beds as short as 5 feet, and it's also commonly installed on RVs, semis, and in high-top conversion vans. It can load a full-size dresser, and with available adapters, it can handle trikes and Can-Am Spyders. If you saw my installation video, this is a standard short bed truck, and I used the usual mounting method with jacketed nuts that install flush in the bed of the truck. That allows me to easily install and remove the unit. Here's what I'll be using along with the Rampage. I have a couple of heavy-duty ratchet straps for holding the bike on the lift. Now don't go cheap on these. I like the Power Tie ratchets. Tie is spelled T-Y-E. I also use a set of their soft ties to create attachment points for the ratchets. There are a couple of pins for controlling the loading process. Those come with the Rampage. And then these other 4 straps are used to secure the bike for travel once it's loaded, just to stabilize it. These don't need to be heavy or expensive straps. As you can see here, I'm pulling the ramp out as the winch plays out the rope. If I chose to, I could install like a 4x4 tie under the front of the unit, and that would let gravity do more of the work. But even with a full-size bike on a level ramp, it's not hard to pull out. When the ramp reaches the ground, I insert a pin to hold the ramp, and then I pull the pin that lets the wheel cradle move to the loading position. Another pin holds that in place, and then I flip the lock lever that lets the wheel cradle tilt down to let me load the bike. Where you choose to apply straps will vary from one bike to the next, but it always has to be at a spot that will allow the front end to compress. On this bike, the handlebars work best. I use the soft ties to create attachment points for the straps. Now I'll bring the bike straight on and put the front wheel in the wheel cradle. When I attach the throttle side strap, I'm going to pull all the slack out of it and give it a click or two to engage the ratchet. On the clutch side, I'm going to leave it just a little slack and engage the ratchet with just a turn or two. I want to have more tension on the high side, so when it starts to load, the bike will stand up on its own. Now, when I first started doing this, it took me a few tries to get the tension right, but now I get it pretty consistently on the first shot. When the wheel cradle locks, I adjust the straps so they have equal tension and there's still some travel left in the suspension. I can then flip up the kickstand, put the bike in neutral, and it's ready to go on the truck. To do that, I'll remove the wheel cradle pin, and to get that out, sometimes you typically have to release tension on the winch. Now the pin pops out and I can continue the loading process. This particular Rampage has an upgraded 5,000 pound winch and a synthetic rope with a test pull value of 10,000 pounds. The standard 4,500 pound winch and steel cable are more than enough to load a full dresser. I got the upgrade just in case I decided to put a trike adapter on it later. With the wheel cradle at the top of the ramp, I'll pin the wheel cradle in place and release the pin that holds the ramp. And now, loading the bike is as simple as pushing a button. Do you need to keep a hand on it while loading? Well, not really. I just feel better doing that. And if I ever felt something start to go wrong, I could stop the loading process quickly. But that's never happened. For travel, Rampage recommends that you use 2 straps in the front and 2 in the rear to fully secure the bike. Now, as you can see from this picture, I still had a slight lean when I loaded it this time. It would travel just fine like that with the extra straps. But when I put those on, I can actually pull it upright so it'll be completely straight. When that's done, the bike and the truck will be ready to seek out our next adventure. Thanks for watching. You can find a link to the Rampage in the description of this video just below. And if you have questions, email me at dale@openroadoutfitters.com. Till next time, this is Dale at Open Road, wishing you many happy journeys.